friends, welcome back, or if you're new here, hello, my name's Brandy, and today I'm going to do another tips video. I previously did a tips video, which I can link right there, but in that video, here comes my puppy. You gonna come up here? Sorry guys, gotta get comfortable. Okay, so anyways, in that video, I really focused on tips if you're just starting out on Weight Watchers, things I wish I would have known. And on this video, I'm going to focus more on staying on track on Weight Watchers and being successful. Okay, Rio, you're going to have to sit still, okay? You're going to distract Mama. Okay. Sorry, I had to kick him off. It was just way too hot for him on my lap and he was moving so much, but he's truly a Velcro dog, so he may jump back up here. I'll try not to let him. At this point, I've been on WW for almost a year. I think like mid-June, late June will be almost a year. So getting close, about a month away. But anyhow, let's get started. So my first tip is don't try to give up the food you love. Instead, just find healthier, lower point alternatives. So for instance, one thing that I just could not give up ever in my life are carbs. You know, so I found an alternative, a lower point alternative for like garlic breadsticks, for naan, for just sandwich bread, basically any type of carb, even noodles, found great substitutes. There's a ton of great noodles out there. Even chocolate. If you're someone that after dinner has to have a chocolate, still have a chocolate. You know, instead of having a candy bar, have a Hershey's Kiss or something, you know, just something little. But again, shredded cheese. If you love cheese, don't forgo cheese on your stuff. Instead, maybe go find some low-fat cheese or fat-free cheese. I personally really like Trader Joe's low-fat cheese. But anyhow, so don't give up, because if you restrict yourself, I feel like it's not sustainable long-term. And if you Google or YouTube, you can find some great lists people have out there for alternatives. So chips is another one to me. Like there's great Cape Cod kettle chips, 40% reduced fat. I love those. Excuse me. Those are my puppy dogs. You may see them a couple times. I would shut them out if my husband's not here, and then they would just like be all over the door. It is what it is. Okay, so let's move on to tip number 2, and that is find meals that you can put on repeat. And there's several reasons why I find this is helpful. If you're starting off with Weight Watchers or even been on a long time, it can get super tiring having to predetermine how many points you can have for that day and how many this meal is. So if you have a repertoire of meals that are your go-to, that are low, it takes the thought process down. It takes the time to track it down because you can save them as meals in there. So it just becomes easier to me. And I am not a repetitive eater, sorry, never have been. But for some reason on this journey, I've been able to do it. And I think the difference is I don't make it the same every single time. So for instance, for the last year, I would say I probably had basic sandwiches at work 3 to 4 days a week. So when I say I don't keep it the same, what I mean by that, yeah, it's a sandwich. Sometimes it has ham, sometimes it has turkey, sometimes it has light mayo, sometimes it has avocado, sometimes it has cheese, sometimes it doesn't. So I really just make it a variety. And so that keeps it different enough where I don't get tired of it. And with my sandwich, I always have a Persian cucumber and half of a bell pepper and a side of mixed fruit that I usually prepare. So I can make 3 of those at the beginning of the week and they stay fresh. And I have these little boxes. I'll actually insert a clip of one of my sandwiches. And I was surprised how often I was just able to eat that over and over. So then I started doing the same for breakfast. Another one is breakfast sandwiches. No, I'm not eating the same combo of breakfast sandwich. Sometimes it's egg whites. Sometimes it's fried egg. Sometimes it's scrambled egg, ham, Canadian bacon. Pause for my dog. Hi, babe. Okay, go away. Go lay down. Mama's filming the video. Okay, sorry. I lost my train of thought. You may see him pop up now. He's laying in front of me. But anyways, oh yeah, the breakfast sandwiches. So I changed the meat. I changed the cheese. But they're similar. And those I usually can prep all 5 days and wrap them in parchment paper. So anyways, if you find your repeat meals, find something you can go to and just eat it on repeat. Now, granted, you don't have to eat it, you know, breakfast 5 days a week like I do or anything. It just helps. And I promise you, it helps cut down on the amount of time you had to think about tracking, the physical activity of tracking. So find something you love and eat it on repeat. I haven't been able to do that with dinners. Typically, I don't repeat my dinners all month. Even most dinners, I say I'd eat probably once every 3 months. So that's where I get my variety. Okay. So the next tip is weigh everything, because I can almost guarantee your idea of 38 grams is not the same as the manufacturer's idea of 38 grams. I should be saying 28 grams, right? But you get my point. So best practice is get you a little scale. You can find them anywhere. Regular grocery stores have them. And just weigh, weigh, weigh. And this also helps teach you if you're in a situation where you can't weigh, but then you'll be more familiar from all those times you did weigh. So you'll know when you're at a party, potluck, scooping that pasta salad, you know, you'll have a better understanding of what is a true serving there. My tip number 4 is track the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I find this is really helpful for several different reasons. One of which, I feel like if you track the good, the bad, and the ugly, maybe you could recognize a pattern, whether that is emotional eating or eating, you know, heavier a certain time in the month. That just may be helpful for you to learn that about yourself so you can preemptively know it's coming and try to deter it. So that's one reason I think it's helpful for tracking the good, the bad, and ugly. And another reason is I feel like a lot of people, when they have a bad meal or a bad day, they kind of look at it as, well, that's all over with, and throw up their hands in the air and just continue to, you know, have more choices throughout the day. Does that make sense? So perhaps if you track a less than stellar meal and then the next day you get right back on track, or the next meal you get right back on track. Sorry, I'm talking too fast. You will learn to see just because you got derailed for one short period doesn't derail your whole journey. You know, we all maybe make some poor choices every now and again. Some are worth it, some aren't. But just track it and own it and live up to it. And every day is a new day. Every meal is a new meal. Every bite's a new bite, you know. Just try to get back on track. And also when I say track everything, good, bad, and ugly, that's also, I personally track even my 0 points foods, which are just chicken, lean ground turkey, and fruits and vegetables. But I put it in there. To me, it just keeps me on track. And it also lets me see, you know, how many vegetables I'm eating. I know there's the quick add button for the vegetables, but I just don't really like that. So if I eat a whole bell pepper, I just put it in my app. You know, it's habit for me by now. And that's just what I'm going to stick with. Okay, another tip, which I believe that I'm on number 5. And it is talk about your journey. Talk about WW. I will say all my family, all my friends, all my coworkers, they all know the journey I'm on. And this is not because I feel like I need to share, but it feels beneficial to me because then more people are on my side and my support system's bigger, you know? So like at work, you know, I'll be eating lunch and a coworker will be like, oh, how many points is this, you know? Or, hey, I have some fruit. Do you want some? It's just more support, and we all need support, right? And another reason I feel like talking about it really helps is it also holds me accountable. If I'm telling all these people I'm on this journey, it makes me more motivated to prove I can do it. That may be just me personally, but that's how I am. I'm very big into, if I say I'm going to do something, following through. So therefore, it just helps me stick to it, even when I'm around people, you know. If the coworker brings in donuts and they know I'm on WW, they don't like keep offering me the donut. They'll still let me know they're there, but they're not then expecting me to go get one. Or, you know, I don't know about you, but sometimes people just keep forcing free food on you, right? At work, especially. But anyhow, my final tip is, and this is probably going to be the least popular of the tip, but if you find you can't control yourself in situations where there is abundance of food or alcohol, then you may need to say no to more social activities during this journey, at least at the beginning when you're really trying to focus on getting on track. I was kind of lucky because I started my journey still when COVID was rampant. So there wasn't a lot to do. There wasn't a lot of going out. But now that it's summer and COVID has calmed down a lot, thank goodness, it is harder now. There's more barbecues, there's more outdoor birthdays, there's wineries, you know, there's just a lot more social activities. And no matter how hard I try, social activities typically equals food and alcohol. And Weight Watchers does not give you enough points to have cocktail after cocktail or wine after wine or beer after beer. I can promise you that. So I would say over the last year, when I was doing the Weight Watchers, I may have had no more than 10 alcohol drinks that whole year. Am I lying? Nah, no, I'm lying for sure. But anyhow, it felt like that. I probably had no more than 10 social activities. Anyhow, that's my only tips. I hope they've been helpful. I try to think of tips that are outside the box that maybe not everyone else, you know, really just focuses on. I try to give a different perspective. But no matter what, just do you, and good luck. And I wish everyone the best. Until next time. Bye. Okay, Dad, this is for you. This is how I look now. 40 pounds gone. I told you I'd do it. Bye.